So what's the run, Sarge?
Change of plans. Apparently this guy lives next to an old folks home. The captain gave us explicit orders to be as quiet as possible during this operation.
Sure.
I'm worried about the volume of your voice.
I got this.
Shh.
I'll work on it.
The Mummy!
The Mummy!
Baker? Are you just watching TV the whole time?
No, not at all.
I didn't see him when you came up the stairs.
You didn't have the partner 6. Where's your firearm?
I left it in the truck.
Is that it? Is that the Mummy?
Yes, yeah, it's Tom Cruise's fault, really. I love the man. Tom Cruise is a national treasure. I'm sorry.
I heard this movie sucked.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise.
Kind of makes me want to watch it, though.
I don't want to tell the captain if I can at least have a soda.
I'm in.
Alright, cool. Let's get this train wreck started.
See what he's got.
Fuck yeah.
Think we should get J-Money in on this, guys?
Yeah, give him a call.
Fuck
I'll
it.
get on the money symbol. You need a thing.
We have phones.
Oh.
nowadays.
This is terrible. Oh, why the fuck did he have to be naked?
See? We are watching the same movie. Here we are in a random person's house that I guess they were watching The Mummy, and then I had to watch The Mummy, and then suckered you guys into watching The Mummy. I didn't actually want to watch it, but joke's on me.
Thanks for the call.
I feel like you're not telling the truth.
Officer Pepper left. Nobody even noticed.
Yeah, he hated this movie so much he's just
Walked home.
Yeah, the fucking bus is still out there. I don't know where you...
back to the res. The second installment of the
Dark Universe.
Dark Universe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The second attempt to start.
The Dark Universe.
They're gonna reboot it again. They're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Disregard the Mummy one. It's no.
That didn't count.
Or the Dracula one.
No. There you go.
Nope, that wasn't
Oh.
fun.
You can't tell. We just had technological issues. Welcome back.
Like meteorological.
Meteorological society.
Don't hurt yourself, guys.
I hurt
That's
myself
my job.
constantly.
That's my job.
That's what I do when I'm not here. I drink and hurt myself.
The forecast for today is pain. Because
Pain.
of the Mummy.
Because of the Mummy. We strongly advise when watching the Mummy, you don't.
Hard pass. Yeah.
If there's ever a better time to learn how to sleep, despite your surroundings, watching the Mummy would be a good time to harness that skill. Just master it immediately.
It reminds me of when I had to pass my first stone. It,
I remember that.
a thoroughly unenjoyable experience. A lot of bleeding and crying.
Brendan Fraser was there.
He was the only thing that brought me out of it that first time, and brought me to my happy place.
But we're not talking about gems in time like that. We're talking about Tom Cruise 2017 The Mummy.
You start this movie.
1 minute.
There's a plot. No one ever tells you what it is. They start off in a desert, and there's people. There's this lady. She's naked. You get side boob in there. It's cool. She tries to stab a guy. The other people that are around her are like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that," and shoot her in the neck with a dart. Then they put her in a box and put her in this hole. Then 300 years, 3,000 years, I don't know, some fucking time between now and then, Tom Cruise is in the desert fighting ISIS, and he calls in a drone strike, like, America, and he finds the hole that they put her in. And then, because she's being held down in a metal box, he decides to let her free. Everybody thinks this is bad, but it's not. But it is. Then they get in a plane, and they fly from Iraq nonstop to England, which we found is impossible on one tank of gas. And then they crash because...
A minute.
God damn it.
Somebody take over for me. We're playing that game.
Oh.
We're doing the game.
Shit.
Telephone game.
Upon crashing in London, Tom Cruise wakes up and decides to go to church, in which he is gangbanged by zombies until Russell Crowe stops it and then takes him to his cave, and then, but they bring the monster with them, and then she escapes using the Spider-Man, Peter,
Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
and then she turns all, she gets rid of all the windows, and then they take a subway to the Temple of Doom.
Next.
Upon which, during which, Tom Cruise has been hallucinating wet dreams of this corpse the entire time. Finally figures out that the secret to love, the universe, and everything is to scream at his recently deceased girlfriend one night stand. And that's it. The movie's over. There's some sand in the desert following him, and what else happened?
He brought his best friend back to life.
He probably screamed at him too.
Yeah. He got bitch slapped quite a bit before that, but yeah.
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 He does get bitch slapped a lot.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
The Mummy.
The Mummy!
The Mummy!
Done deal. We
Saved
shit
you.
from
We saved
time.
you.
The actual movie was a lot. The acting. It was terrible. Tom Cruise was just awful. The dialogue between characters just wasn't believable. I couldn't see him having an army buddy like that.
Oh, he was
Romantic-
part of the army as well. If you
Yeah.
didn't pick that up, he is actually a member of the armed forces.
Yeah.
A long-distance reconnaissance team.
That was a trend in a lot of the movie, long-range reconnaissance team, that I think the writers threw out words that they didn't think people would know what they meant.
I have a lot of complaints about this movie. Mostly that I had to watch it. That's number one, obviously, but that's goes par for the course. I would have to say my major complaint is that Tom Cruise was in it. I feel like another actor who was not a short, crazy person would have pulled it together a little bit better, because there were some okay like B actors on the secondary parts that really could have done something. But other than that, I mean, he doesn't bring it together. You don't ever feel connected to everybody through your main protagonist, and that just really that grinds me a little bit, and not in the right way.
My biggest issue would probably be just the overall flow with the movie, and a lot of that comes down to bad writing, script, direction. Just it was all over the place. You had a hard time really establishing a baseline of why we even should care about these characters. I didn't care, and then they kept referencing things that they had shown us from the very beginning. It was insulting. Incredibly insulting. Like, they actually believe their viewers are so dumb that they have to keep reminding you that I don't even remember the characters' names. That's how forgettable they are. I guess I am dumb. But that she killed her father and recent child, and and she was an evil person. We saw that scene 3-4 times.
3 times.
It was insane. And then even when you weren't seeing it, they were repeating it in words constantly.
It's like Batman versus Superman. They show you the same shit.
Yep.
Over and over.
It was just padding, and it jacks with the whole flow, and it makes the movie really difficult to sit down and watch. I fell asleep at one point. I felt myself black out, and thankfully my friends were there to rewind, and we could catch up where I missed it. You guys are assholes. Anyways,
That's what we're good for.
yeah.
When the crows start moving around and Set, or the embodiment of Set, shows up, and you're just like, I don't know what I'm watching anymore. Is this a Resident Evil movie? This is Resident Evil: The Last Chapter, isn't it? No? Okay, no, okay. I don't know. Then what are we watching now? Is this Candyman? Is this?
He just wanted to get back to the highway. He got lost.
That was it. That was it. And instead, and he gave her that knife as a gift, a thank you, and she just went overboard with it. She just felt that meant something. It's reading into things. You give a woman a gift, and automatically she thinks you guys are, she's supposed to kill her entire family with it. I mean, really, it just. What are you gonna do?
Happens all too often.
But it's just it was so disjointed. It wasn't like, because I think I know what it was. That's the first time you see the CG that they're gonna use throughout the entire movie, and it's so bad that you don't know. You realize that they overpaid Tom Cruise for the part, and they didn't have enough money left for the CG. And it's terrible throughout the entire movie. It's cartoonish. It's like you're watching a live action movie with like CG cut in, and or like a cartoon cut into it, and it loses.
Tom Cruise didn't look 400 years old. I mean, the CGI on him was good.
It was great.
I made it a little further. I when I didn't know what him and Jake Johnson,
Yes.
Jake Johnson, offensive Jurassic Park guy. I didn't know what they were doing, and that's not good. You're supposed to introduce your characters, and I immediately had no fucking idea what was happening. What they were doing there, why they were there, and then they kind of tried to explain it, but it didn't make sense. So that was probably the first time I was put off. I like all the monster stuff. I like the freeway guy. I thought it's a little ham-fisted with the exposition at the beginning, but that's movies nowadays. I was like, okay, I'll see where this goes. But then here's Tom Cruise. He's in the desert. He's wearing a turban, and
Do you know a better way to have done it would have been that they could have taken off of a different movie and been like, oh, this is a good way to sort of introduce us? Sahara, where they show all the pictures of the guys on the boats out there, like, oh, we're diving for a thing, and they got like awards and like graduate's degrees and stuff like that. After they did the little part where they show you the boat that the movie's going to be based around, and then they show you what the guys do and why it's relevant to the boat.
talk about Ishtar.
The characters were just terrible. I didn't like them at all. Their interactions with each other were just garbage. I mean,
Did it seem scripted? Like they were following a really sad script?
yeah, and it was just awful. I mean, on the plane, Tom Cruise is supposed to be military, and he holds a pistol. Like
That's your job, hey, money.
He
That's
holds
your
it
job.
like you hold it.
Yeah.
You were offended because a white guy was
He was
doing
like,
it.
oh no, my homie. And then, and he's like shocked when he shoots him.
And then he shoots him again from next to his head.
And it's supposed to be funny, and it was just like...
And he doesn't react to the sound of a pistol going off in his ear.
Right here.
Yeah.
It was just awful. So yeah, I was done after that.
What was the moment when this movie just was gone? At which you just go, there's no hope, there's no turning back. This is it.
The plane.
The plane crashing and how nobody knew. Not only that, but Baker, you brought up a great point about how the C-370. I'm sorry,
C-130.
C-130.
I can't even remember. C-130 maximum fuel capacity, could not make it from the locations that it got to.
I-
I mean, I guess there's a possibility that they stopped somewhere, they just cut that out.
There's
But I don't
more than
believe it.
likely there is an Air Force base in Germany that they most likely got a mid-air flight, as they are considered, depending on how high priority their flight is considered, it would be considered a safety risk for them to land on the ground and open themselves up to something
Contaminants or
to
whatever.
happen.
I don't think
So they would get a mid-air refuel.
I'd give that's too much credit for this.
That's-
movie.
That's too much.
That's too much.
Them
credit.
thinking that, that's, I think that they
Maybe.
thought about doing that and making that the thing that caused the crash or whatever, but then they were like, oh wait, there's this great film called Air Force One that had a thing like that occur. We can't do that because everybody would be like, oh, they just stole that from Air Force One, and so
it's a reboot. They're already stealing everything.
everything.
Yeah.
They did. I'm just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt on that. It was just one of those. That could have been the point when like they get up and like, oh, we're getting our refuel, and they look back and what's his name, dipshit, is trying to cut the rope on the fucking box, and he's doing the thing, and then the general just walks up to him like, his face looks not normal. I'm just gonna walk up to him as he's cutting this
Right.
weird rope with a knife and stand in front of him. Then I'm gonna get stabbed by him once, look at him, and get stabbed again.
I think Jake Johnson's a handsome guy. What's wrong with his face?
And then they stole a line from How High and made his buddy follow him around and ghost for him the entire time. You know,
It's American Werewolf in London.
he didn't even. I think of it more like How High because there was fire involved, and in How High they smoke their friend in drug form, and then he follows them around.
It's at that point that the characters and the story and the decision making of everything involved
They really lift the veil.
doesn't make sense. It's the part in the movie where it breaks because nothing makes sense on top of nothing, and they're trying to feed you new information when the previous information doesn't make any sense. The characters don't make any sense. Their actions don't make any sense. The acting, the writing, the dialogue, nothing has made sense until this point, and you're looking for that closure, and now they're going to shove more stuff down your throat.
What's your sense of adventure, my friend?
It's at the end of the movie, see the second one. And it's that compounding of nothing making sense that I think, so just the plane in general, the 30-minute mark breaks the movie.
You're about to break that chair. I loved their crappy excuse to get Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe fighting. I don't know why, but that was the funniest thing to me. It just seemed wacky. It wasn't good, but that was my favorite thing. I'm just like, okay, it's two old guys fighting, and they're like the same age, and they tried really hard to make them look like there's a disparity in the age, but that was my favorite of things that I wasn't really that angry.
They should fight in real life. I'd watch that. That'd be cool. Russell Crowe's just drunk and stumbling around.
I honestly feel like Russell Crowe would just beat the hell out of Tom
Yeah,
Cruise.
Yeah.
He's got kicks though. Russell Crowe, I don't think he knows how to kick.
That's because he's Australian.
Don't be a Jekyll. Don't heckle. I'm running out of things.
I like a couple of things. I like things that are probably not in the movie. I don't like its content. I don't like the movie it's at all. But Tom Cruise, I love him. I love him to death.
You're fucking terrible.
I like the creative decision that no doubt some producer thought of for a female mummy.
I didn't have a problem with that at
Let's
all. But I didn't like it because it didn't help the tone. They over-sexualized something so they can give Tom Cruise wet dreams.
Now that part wasn't necessary. So everything about her being a female mummy was stupid, but I liked it. It was new. It's different. We've seen the Mummy before. I've seen the original Universal Monsters movies. I know about Imhotep. I watched all the Brendan Fraser movies. This was new and different in a way that they could have done awesome things with. but they didn't. They squandered it.
They made her basically Set's bitch.
Yes.
And I didn't care for that.
That was an odd choice. You've got this really cool idea about this powerful female mummy, but then she just wants Set to be alive. She just wants a man. That's all she wants. That's what the movie's about. A 5,000-year-old mummy wakes up and she wants a man.
It's raining Cruz.
And so in a way, having a female lead in that role, it's even more demeaning. It's just like she's not strong. She's not independent. She's not.
Would you say she had cruise control on?
No, Cruz had cruise control on. He was phoning that shit in.
Yeah, he was.
I like that Tom Cruise really rolled around in a plane. That's good. Good for him. But is that Tom Cruise? That's just all one thing. Tom Cruise.
That's just one thing. You need to.
Because he does his own stunts. That's cool. Not all of them, but I think he rolled down that hill.
It's not like he's Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
No, but he does a lot of stuff.
But he does it because he wants to try to prove that he's still got oomph,
Yeah.
he's still virile, and that women like him. You know, like even though they don't, because like when he gets home and takes the makeup off and the scales start showing through.
Come on.
In case you all don't know, just as a personal opinion, not based off of any proof and not legally binding, I have the opinion that Tom Cruise is a lizard person.
So does the rest of the internet.
It's not a real thing. There's no proof. I don't you go saying that just because I said it. But Scientology.
So
anyways,
who would you recommend this film to?
Dying patients.
Yeah.
Ease you into the afterlife.
I would say if you're looking for a nice, easy way out, just cue this up and you'll be on your way.
It's they'll practically be begging for euthanization. Okay, that's really fucked up.
Oh my god.
people with a high thetan count.
I go with that.
If you are also a lizard person, you might enjoy it.
Can't even say like anyone who likes history because there's like little to no history or anything.
There's
in
no
this actual
cultural
movie.
reality.
There's no culture like anything. Like we were in Egypt and I don't think I saw like a hieroglyphic.
It's like isn't even
The hieroglyphics, the markings they put on her they were just gibberish, weren't they?
yeah, they were not even real.
Nothing.
Well, just look like lines.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's henna.
Moon
Oh.
rose.
Henna. Henna's not even from Egypt. Like that's fucked up. Like they stole another country's culture.
Is that racist? Can I say moon rooms?
Moonrise?
Yeah.
No, I mean, why the fuck would that be racist?
Hard pass on this movie. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's I mean, if you go into it like stoned or really drunk, you might enjoy it because it'll be funny.
Don't play a drinking game with
Definitely
with
a
some
drinking
portions
game.
of this
Drinking
movie.
game.
Yeah, I could see like a few clips of it, like in a Power Hour or something, something like that.
Or like the hat
definitely.
game with like the hat up in the corner.
Yeah. Definitely drinking game material or something along those lines. Don't drink. For all of our underage viewers, drinking is bad. Don't text and drive.
What
don't
if we
drink
have
and drive.
What if we have viewers overseas whose drinking age is lower? They're not.
You
legal
should
here in the
you
United
should
States.
still do those things. I didn't say a specific age. Just don't do those things.
Oh.
Yeah,
We've got a blip in the Chinese market.
Yeah, we have like two.
Oh, we
people.
do. Yeah.
What-
Yeah.
Do they drink? Do they care? Is it,
I think
Well,
there's
their
there's
enzymes they lack some of the enzymes that break it down, so they get drunk really fast. I mean, they make the best party buddies.
can you?
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
the-
I'm sure they have their people that are like rock star tolerance, but
Can you say that?
I'm sorry, K-pop tolerance.
Let me call legal real
It's a good thing there's no HR in the damn department.
Jesus fucking Christ! I don't know, man. I had to watch it just because I like Tom Cruise, and I was so sad. I was so sad. So I don't know. I don't watch it, for Christ's sakes. Oh fuck! No, one out of. How old is Tom Cruise? 58,
He's
56, 1 out of 50.
55.
55,
Yeah,
1 out of
I Googled
55. That's what it is. 1 out of 55.
If I could, I would vomit all recollection of this movie out.
It's not enough alcohol.
There's not enough alcohol. I would literally have to poison myself. I give it 0 out of 3 Brendan Frasers because that's how many times they had to do this and they fucked it up. So it's 0 out of 3 Brendan Frasers.
It's an awful movie. I don't want to give it any points. Just avoid it, please. For us.
Say 0 windows out of all the windows in London.
That's a good one.
Jeremy, you can have that one.
They gave me 1 minute. I don't even need that. It's 1 out of 5 Jennies, and it's just trash.
1 out of 5 Jennies.
Callie Briggs.
Callie Briggs. Is that her name?
It's Callie something. He said Jenny like 50 times.
Oh, you keep saying
Callie
Callie Briggs because SWAT cats. Okay. Alright.
That's all I got. Don't watch it. It's not worth it.
You might want to eat a Tide Pod and then watch The Mummy. And I don't advise doing either of those.
They're both bad. They're both fucking bad.
We're not eating Tide Pods?
So for all you fine folks out there, we appreciate you joining us again, us gentlemen of Damn, for another installment of What the Fuck Did We Just Watch? No, that's not what it's called. It's called Damn. And that's what we are.
Dudes against mediocre.
Go ahead.
Dudes against mediocre media.
Somebody have to pull rank?
Thank you. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed our humor.
And hit the little bell. Hit the little bell. You have to do that now.
You have to hit the bell. Yeah.
About to raid this fucker's fridge.
Shit. Dipset. Go.
Okay, bye.
You can't run. You can't escape. She's got plans for you.